2 weeks ago, I went and saw my parents for Memorial Day, so I was out of town and I figured it would be the perfect opportunity to maybe try to game hunt a little bit. Now, when I went, I didn't think I would get like any time, but for some reason, I ended up having like 30 minutes to like an hour and a half to go and do stuff. So I ended up going to some cool places and I picked up some cool stuff. So I'm super stoked upon that, but I'm ready to show you what I ended up finding. So let's go ahead and check that out. The first place we ended up going actually was that computer store that I showed you in the video in the last week. So all that stuff was found on the same trip, but I wanted to dedicate time and a video to that by itself. But we're going to talk about everything else that I picked up in this video. And first off, that computer store was also right next to a Goodwill bins or a Goodwill outlet store. And I ended up finding a Guitar Hero 2, I think, Guitar Hero guitar. So this works for the PlayStation 2, and when I saw it, I was pretty happy. None of the buttons stick and everything was good. So I checked out the bins. This was the only thing that was there. I did see another lady grab another like a Wii guitar, but it was all messed up and everything. And then I found some drums that were busted as well. But realistically, this guitar was the only thing that was gaming related that I found there. I figured everything else went to that computer store, so I didn't expect much, but finding this was pretty awesome. Let's see what else I can find. Next, I ended up going to a Goodwill that wasn't the outlet store. It was kind of down the road. It was like 5 or 10 minutes away, but I didn't really find anything. I was kind of walking through the store. There wasn't like any Guitar Hero guitars. There wasn't any consoles in the back. There kind of really wasn't any even games, but then I kind of walked to this section kind of close to the front of the store, and I noticed they had a huge selection kind of hidden behind like a bunch of books and stuff. There was a whole nother row of like DVDs and stuff, and I ended up finding LA Rush on the Xbox Original. Now, I don't have this, and anytime I can find an Xbox Original game that I don't have, and it's only $4, I go ahead and pick it up. So I know this isn't a valuable or really even a sought after game, but it's a new game that I can play on my Xbox Original and have some fun with. So I figured for $4, why not pick it up? I'm searching for games anyways. I believe it's complete as well. Yeah, it is. So that's awesome as well. So I'm pretty stoked upon this. Let's see what else we can find. Are you enjoying this video? Comment down below and tell me why you like it so much. This next place that I went actually is somewhere I went before. I went like 2 years ago when I was visiting my parents once as well. And honestly, it was pretty cool last time, so I figured let's go ahead and check it out. And honestly, this time it really kind of didn't have much. I stumbled around. It kind of is like that antique store that I go to here. It's got a ton of booths, a ton of old stuff, which usually leads to some games and some other stuff. So I walked around, I saw a bunch of games. I even saw this guy with a ton of Xbox One and PlayStation 5 games, but there was nothing I just had to buy. So I kept walking, kept searching, and that's kind of all that I found. It wasn't anything awesome or cool until I stumbled upon this kind of like a vintage shop that just sells like vintage clothing, which I wanted to look kind of exterior or externally from game hunting, and I just wanted to look and see what was there, and I ended up picking up a shirt, surprisingly. This is a Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast shirt from the video game, which is totally amazing if you didn't know. It says Lucas Arts, let's see, on the back here, and then it just has that logo, and thankfully this was actually in my size. Now, there was a Guitar Hero shirt there that I almost bought, but it was 25 bucks, I believe. I almost said 120, but that's way too much. It was 25 bucks, and I just was like, I don't think it's worth it. So this is the only shirt that I got. I think this is awesome. Now, I did pay up for this. This was 25 bucks as well, but I saw it and I was like, I have to have that. It's so subtle. Most people that don't like games or don't play games probably won't know what it is, but it's so awesome, and I saw it and I just knew I had to have it. Like I said, I love Xbox games, and this was from the Xbox Original, so I just knew that I was gonna get this. If you are enjoying this video, down below is a join button. go ahead and click that if you want to see videos early. I have early access to all my videos. Go ahead and check that out if you want to support the channel. After going to these 3 places and kind of striking out, I didn't find too much. I wanted to kind of try to find some games. So I saw that there was a game exchange like a mile from where my parents live. So of course, I had to stop in there. Now, if you've watched the channel before, this is actually where I got that Bucky O'Hare for like 15 bucks cheaper than price charting and eBay prices. So I knew I had to stop back in there. And I wandered around the store and was checking it out. I haven't been in a game exchange since I had been in that one because there's not any near where I live. The closest one is like an hour or so away. So I just don't go there. But this time I did. And I got some games, and you could probably see some of them in the video here, but I picked up 2 Sega Genesis games. In the last video I posted, someone commented that I don't talk about the Sega Genesis enough, and well, here you go. I'm talking about it right now in this video. First off, I got Winter Challenge. This is $3.99. Now, the awesome part about Game Exchange is there's Sega games that are boxed actually are the same price as the loose cartridges. And I saw this one and I noticed it was in this weird, let me show you, check this out. The cover comes off and it's just the game, obviously. There's no manual, but for $3.99, this is no-brainer. It's cool cardboard, it's not the plastic ones. So I saw that and I just knew I had to pick it up. Then I saw on the Sega Genesis as well, Combat Cars. This game I've never played, but it looks kind of interesting, kind of looks maybe like Road Rage / like Battle Tanks or something like that. It just looks ridiculous. I meant Road Rash. I don't know why I said Road Rage. You guys know what I mean. But I picked this up, $3.99 as well. It is not complete again. That's okay. I'm not expecting those games to have their manuals. $3.99, that's pretty awesome. Then I ended up finding Steak Fortune Fighters. Now, this might be named something else, but if I mispronounce that, forgive me, please. $3.95, I thought this was totally well worth it. It looked interesting, and it was complete, so I knew that I was wanting to play this. It just looks like a 3D fighter on the Xbox original. I knew I was going to pick it up when I saw it. And last but not least is probably the best pickup that I got, and that was Stubbs the Zombie. Now, I saw this was behind the counter, and the guy was like, when I asked for it, he was like, oh, can you pay for that? And I'm like, yeah, just kind of check me out. I want this game. Come on now. This was built on the Halo engine. It even says there, I paid $89 for this. That's a sore subject, but it was probably a little more expensive, but I never find this in good condition at least, so when I saw it, I at least was happy that it was in good condition. Sadly, no manual, but I cannot wait to play this game. I've played it like a little bit when I was younger, like a few years ago, but I haven't played this in like all the way through and whatnot, so I'm very stoked to play this. And so I did what I did and I picked it up. So that is what I picked up while I was out of town visiting my parents. If you liked anything that I picked up, comment down below. Or if I picked up something you just would have passed on, let me know as well. I love going out of town and looking at different places for game hunting. It always ends up being fun. I see new things, I go new places, and I just absolutely love it. So I had to do that and make this video for you guys. That's all I got. Peace.